All right, hello. Please ignore the timer because we are starting a little early here. But with any ado, welcome back to Penn State League, home of the PSU LCS and all things PSU LCS. For today's game, we have Bang Energy Team versus Team Lethality, as we actually have a pro draft being done this time, which means I get to use the pro draft graphic for the first time in a very long time. Captain today is once again myself, Infamous Trash, and joined here is the ever wonderful Devin. Welcome back, my
Hello,
friend.
I've returned.
Indeed.
Yep. Getting to the ban phase right now. You've seen that on your screen shortly. Kindred and Mumu Silas banned away from Mainer's team, and then Lilia, Jin, Zed banned away from Team Lethality. Zed, one of I think the mid laners PZ Zad's cover picks, so very makes a lot of sense for them to ban that out. And then Set on the first pick right now.
Yep. Has been very strong in PSU LCS for the most part. I just saw last night Lichi Rain doing a very nice job on the pick versus Monarchs. So can be quite strong indeed.
Yep. So slight correction on the project graphic. We are they did have a sub instead of Yoga on floor. They're running TIF 1975 for today's games.
Yep, I can
But
change that here in just a second.
yeah. So and looks like everything else will probably be the same in terms of the graphic. Just that one difference. Got Rise and Ezra locked in. Rise, one of the Luniverse's very strong cover picks. Been playing that in a lot of matches. He's been known for that since last fall, where he was absolutely dominating people on the Rise and became one of the signature bands that they would take versus the Luniverse. And it is still actually one of the more banned champions just in any competition, including when he was playing on Blue and White team this year. Now we have Zaya locked in. He responds to Ezreal.
Nope. There we go.
Wonder if they will take the Rakan here or just pick Zaya standalone for now.
Yeah, I expect the Zaya to be more of the standalone pick at the moment. Kind of interesting we see the Zaya actually go to the team with Set. Zaya, generally speaking, wants enemy champions to come into her. That's where she gets a lot of her damage off of some pretty good blade callers. So kind of interesting to see that already with the Ezreal, but does pick up the Rakan, so it's just going to be that strong, stable bot lane for the side of Team Lethality, keeping it sweet and simple with a classic duo lane.
Indeed. Oh, Zaya Rakan. Yep, locked in. So what I like to see here is probably some kind of hard lockdown for the Rakan. Maybe like Leona would be really good. No, pair well with Alistair is actually not bad here as
Yeah,
well.
Alistair's fine.
Good engage, good heal for the set. Silas is not open, so that would not be an issue. And given that Zai has pretty low range, and the whole team of Team Without has pretty low range, Alistair can actually very easily access these engages throughout this game.
Yep, and it looks like it's going to be Diana ban, so trying to limit that AP jungle pool. Does not want PZAD on an AD mid lane. Diana has seen some nerfs in the jungle, but still quite strong overall. I've seen her still picked up in a variety of different team comps. Has a good wombo comp potential when you take the Yasuo mid lane. Of course, an AD mid himself, so certainly does well with Rakan, with the set, and all these other champions that have the innate knockup potential. And Yone also taken away this time by the side of Bang Energy Team, so severely limiting that mid AP jungle duo pick.
Indeed. And looking at the Rex side, if you ban out Thanos Gibby, who is the former Penn State D1 top laner years ago, now alumni, returning to PSU LCS for his another shot at the trophy this year.
The rebirth of Bang, baby.
Birth of Bang, yes. So looking here, probably looking for a jungle blind pick, most likely, unless they want to hold jungle counter pick for some reason.
I would like to see the jungle. I would like to see jungle blind, top blind. I guess they have top lane already, so you could definitely blind top here. Or not really blind top, but just pick top in and lock it in. Yeah, it's flexible technically two ways still in mid lane, but I doubt it's going to be positioned against the Rise. That seems like a pretty disadvantageous matchup.
Yep. So the Kled is now locked in. Unsure where that would go. Could top, could be jungle.
It's probably top. I would have to assume that's going to be going top lane.
Very likely to be top lane. That is where it's meta. But we'll see what the following sequences pick will reveal Karthus being locked in. Wow, is that Tony Food, Dystopia Reaper? Could be jungle, could be mid.
True.
Yeah,
Could be going
that's
both ways. I don't think Karthus is necessarily that disadvantageous into Ryze. It's a ranged mage matchup. Ryze tends to struggle in the early game with poke. That comes to his Ryze, generally speaking, needs to get a little bit closer to deal out his damage. The machine gun mage not necessarily from range. And yeah, looks like it's gonna be Karthus.
Karthus mid.
Yeah.
Probably Volibear jungle, Karthus mid at top is very like, or set jungle, Volibear top, but set jungle kind of not very good anymore. We'll see what the last pick is. Taking a look at that.
Yep. Should be probably going to round out here with jungle for Thanos Gibby. Interesting that they held it this long. Mordekaiser jungle. I'm not sure about this one.
So I can actually review something after this. So it'll be Mordekaiser top. It'll be most likely Kled jungle. I have heard some rumors that Thanos Gibby has been holding that Kled jungle pocket pick for this moment. So there's a very high chance that I will see this taken to the jungle. Assuming that I'm not giving false information. Karthus is probably going mid. I don't see a world.
I'd say it's probably Karthus mid. Volibear mid just feels like it's going to be so utterly abysmal into Ryze.
I mean, there's also set mid, which is also not ideal, I'd say. So, overall, I mean, at the end of the day, it looks like a lot of setup, honestly, on the side of Bang Energy team, but there's also a lot of setup on the side of Team Lethality. Only worry I have is on the Team Lethality side is actually this very low range. But since essentially everyone on Bandage team is also low range, except for Ezreal, actually makes it quite easy for them to access any fights in this game. And since Zyracon does want to cut out all of these engages anyways, and they're kind of forced to engage with Kled or an Alistar in this kind of game, it's not too terrible for Zai, and as well as Seb, who can just all out Kled or Alistar during one of these fights.
Yep, certainly going to be interesting. Again, this is the kind of stuff that I like to see out of these two drafts, when you have two teams designed around that team fighting potential. I do believe Bang is giving themselves a little bit more options in terms of style of play, because their team has the nice, interesting flex of, yeah, you can 5v5, but you can also have pretty good split push and then a 1-4, 1-3 setup. Mordekaiser is perfectly fine on the sideline with the ability for the Death Realm. Just pop someone in, win the 1v1, get stats, possibly win the 2v1 afterwards or whatever setup you have left. Kled as well, perfectly good in the side lane. Ryze, perfectly good in the side lane. You have plenty of options to work with there. Also can 5v5. Ryze loves being in 5v5s as well, with the ability to chain abilities off of each other. Ezreal likes the front-to-back teamfight comp, which is perfectly supplemented by a Kled and an Alistar. So Bang Energy does have a lot of options with that, but if you're just looking for the sheer 5v5 setup and damage, Team Lethality has quite a few threats coming at you. Volibear going to do tons of damage early, as well as evolving slowly into the frontline tank as the game moves forward. As well as one of the primary engages. Set's very good at finding picks, and then with these two frontline tanks that can run up into the enemy team, you then have a Rakan coming in with the Battle Dance, coming in with the Grand Entrance, follow-up into the quickness, and you have a very lethal follow-up engage to really lock some people down, which is plenty of time for Azaya and Karthus to deal the majority of your team's damage pool. So Team Lethality, if they can get the 5v5s, if they get the objective set up, certainly a very scary team fight. And it actually will be the Karthus jungle for Riggy. It's going to be set mid.
Indeed, set mid. So set mid to Ryze, it's not actually that bad. Set just goes D shield with second wind, and actually it could be problematic to play against as Ryze if if you overstep a little bit, but overall Ryze has the advantage. Set can definitely wave clear and survive in this lane without any issues, because he has so much healing, and poking him doesn't really do anything unless you can actually all in him. Even then it can become difficult. So Karthus jungle actually not that easy to play, but I do like that there's on both sides, on blue side, Team Lethality decided to go for that sole AP threat on Karthus, which is really, really good. It makes it really hard to itemize against that team, and we'll have to see how they decide to play this game out from that. And the side of Thanos on Bang Energy team, there is one issue of Ryze and Mordekaiser being both AP, but Mordekaiser in general is honestly quite powerful in PSU LCS, simply because of how you can just remove one of the carries It's the highest point value player in the game from the game. If that's like one of the things
Yeah,
you need.
also can deal with jungle steal, stuff like that. Of course, not really worry about too many smite fights against a Karthus. Kind of hard for her Karthus to make that one work.
Yeah.
But definitely, I think a solid matchup into the Volibear, skill-based. Both sides can come out on top depending on early trading, stuff like that. Very, I wouldn't say high variance, but could be very interesting to see play out.
Yeah.
And then mid lane, I'm not really sure how. Yes, I think the matchup is fair for Set. The question is, is this going to be a punishable matchup against a Rise? Lunaverse extremely talented on the pick. This is his pick. It'd be like the equivalent of giving Vale all those years ago Rumble when he was the Rumble one trick of PSU LCS. That kind of style of things. So you're giving a very, very good player, a Masters player, his comfort pick into a matchup that's not going to be very punishing for the Rise necessarily. And with a jungle, with a jungle mid duo that I don't think is really going to be able to force too terribly much on top of him, given he plays it correctly. Karth is also generally not really one of the junglers you expect to pick the early crab fights, these early 2v2s, and really take advantage of the Set mid, the Volibear top, this top and mid lane where the 2v2s you can play super aggressively on because these are very early game focused champions. Even though Set does have a fine mid game, fine late game once he gets his items. Volibear definitely favoring the damage crafts in the early game. So kind of interesting to see a jungler that's not going to be able to really play around that too terribly much, or at least not as well as something like a Kled, who, while not going to have probably as well of clear as Karthus, can certainly outfight him throughout pretty much every point in the game.
Yes. So the thing with Karthus is still that he's actually not too bad early game. It's just that if you have Prio, it becomes really easy to win any fights. But if you don't have Prio, it's like super hard to play the game. But that's just in case for any jungler. It's just like Karthus. I think it's super CC dependent, and Volibear and Set do offer that. So if they can actually lock anyone, Karthus can.
Yeah, there's
Karthus Set duo is actually does so much damage. Will definitely do so much damage to anyone. So
yeah, there's actually a lot of CC potential here from Team Lethality, and if we do see the full 5v5, I kind of almost favor them in a sense as long as they are the ones who had the setup first. I don't think they're as good diving into Bang Energy Team if they have to check into bushes and stuff, because Karthus and Xayah have a very hard time fighting those kind of engagements. But if you get first priority on, say, like a dragon fight, a soul point fight, and you force next to Radio and Thanos Gibby to come into you, you have a ton of peel back, and then Xayah especially with the ability to throw out feathers and pull people in. Once you're in, you are not getting out scot-free. You are going to take a fat chunk of damage. You're going to be CC'd forever. And even with Alistar ulti, I'm not sure if it's going to be enough necessarily to escape all that damage. So I think fighting the 5v5, Bang, if they're not at a fair gold advantage, definitely have to be a little bit careful with just running in willy-nilly. It's not going to be fights that you can just dive the backline and win automatically. Xayah does have her own self-peel. Rakan is extremely good at peeling back. There's all these different moving parts you're going to have to consider. So it's really going to depend on how Bang play around either the side lane or if they just get enough of a gold lead through lanes where team fighting becomes easy.
We'll be hopping into game very, very shortly now. Gonna be in that loading screen for just a moment. And yeah, so very excited to see this game play out. Excited to see the Lunaverse rise. Very, very
always
powerful pick, and then Karthus is it's not a champ you see in PSU LCS very often. So that would be very, very interesting to see, because it is typically jungle in PSU LCS is one of the weaker roles in terms of
a lot of Sejuani picks, a lot of Sejuani,
a lot of Sejuani, a lot of gankers, like J4s and Zao.
J4 is big, Zinzao's big for sure.
Yeah, so seeing Karthus where the laners actually have to play around the jungle pick instead is very, very interesting. So looking at the rune choice the some choices, actually I see Thanos Gibby with the Ignite Smite here. So finding the Karthus Riggy with the Exhaust Smite, so I have to see how that plays out. But the Exhaust is quite powerful, so because it allows you to land those skill shots on those targets where typically won't be able to land them necessarily, since you do need to hit those Qs.
Yeah, substantially harder to win out in the 1v1s, especially for something like Lunaverse that doesn't have necessarily a ton of damage output early game. Exhaust just becomes like incredibly crippling against these champions.
Yes.
So
very excited to see this, though.
We're going to go for a 3-stack here. TIF and Pizzad. It's actually going to be It's a little bit interesting one. Does get the defensive vision up, and for all of its worth, nothing of great note going to be had here. And I think good positioning here by Fox Cannon and Purist. Sorry, Purist, if you wanted to get really crazy with the accent there. With the umlaut. Kind of denying any ability for Flurger next to Radiant to push into the enemy jungle and get any vision on Karthus' side as these minions spawn. So Bang going to be playing a little bit in the dark here for the first part of the name. I think they do know where. They have a pretty good idea that Riggy's going to be starting the blue buff. It is a Karthus. He does need a lot of mana.
He also wants full clear, so Karthus can start red buff. It's just harder. You have to be good at kind of camps to start red buff.
You have to be really good.
You have to be good at kind of camps to start red buff. And like, I mean, Karthus, his clear is honestly quite good. It's just that it's not easy.
His clear is very good if you are good enough at Karthus. Correct.
Yeah, exactly. So starting this game off, not surprising at all. These shields start from PZ Zad. Checking the runes. Yep, second wind revitalize. Exactly what I expected. It's coming out from this game. Rise, Rise Kled is actually quite powerful together. One EW from Rise guarantees the the bear trap, whatever, from Kled. So there's a lot of damage there, gets like Ruby's wounds, and quite good actually against Seb because of how much healing Seb has from just everything in his kit.
Yeah, quite. It is fortunate for Ludiverse that Rise is one of those mid lane mages that you really like to see. Oh, I'll hit that. Level 2 for Fox again and Purist. Finds the root on to next to Radio, but I don't think they have the damage to kill as most of that fight initiated on the Flurger. Top lane as well. TIF and 2 Shock going at it. TIF though has the W passive, so even with the Mordekaiser having his passive up, TIF still getting a lot of healing, going very low. Has to be careful. Obliterate going to come back off cooldown here, and that's a lot of single target damage if it lands, and we'll just decide to back away.
So Kled looking for top lane here. Karthus pathing towards bot side here, going towards Krugs. Kled might be looking for an angle here, potentially. Let's see.
Yeah, that's a very respectful flash. I'm not sure if we really had to go with that one.
Yeah, because then if Kled does not flash, it's probably not going to be a kill in that situation.
Yeah, it'd be a little bit tough for Kled to get really in there. You could probably hold it and see if Kled actually lands the bear trap, and you're going to get pulled back in, all that kind of stuff. So, maybe a little early, but it's respectful. Not going to go down, not going to give up too much CS. We're going to have to see if 2 Shock is going to be able to punish that as his flash is also blown. So, just kind of evening out that summoner spell disadvantage on the top side of the map.
Yeah, looking at Kled here, actually, or Karthus here, his clear is quite good, actually. He has quite a lot of HP even for the Scuttle Crab. But if he finishes all his camps around 315, which is quite fast, honestly, for a Karthus player.
Yep, and managed to get a crab trade, so not
even does show the experience. It looks like he is quite comfortable on this ship.
It hasn't. I think he has a new. I'm pretty sure that is the new Penapil skin as well. So.
Yeah, it is. So he probably actually plays the champ, which is pretty cool because I know many Karthus players around anymore.
Not too many, that's for sure. So we'll be getting a very advantageous early game here as Kled, again, it's just one of those things where you're not going to have the clear that a Karthus has. You're not a hard farming. You're not even really a jungle pick at all in any traditional sense.
More for the ganking for sure, and then the fighting, the skirmish power. Skirmish power with Kled Rise is just crazy, honestly. It's so much
semi-global skirmish power.
Yeah, exactly.
Always strong. Top lane, though, pretty big advantage here coming from 2 Shock after the initial plays. TF looking out, and then
Riggy here.
Yep, Riggy coming in for the gank. Finds the Wallow Pain. There's a teleport coming in from mid lane from Ludiverse. 2 Shock very low, but it's first blood over to Riggy. Finds one. As Riggy gonna try to kite this one out. Ludiverse, though, looking for the kill. Has some damage. Still has to hit one more flash on her turret. There's the E. There's the exhaust, but it's too little, too late. No! The turret finds the double kill. That is massive for the Karthus.
Yeah, huge for Karthus. Actually gets that Dark Seal stack. Has 2 stacks on a Dark Seal, which is great for him. It's a Lost Chapter. Gonna have no issues clearing anymore. Gonna be clearing so fast. Probably gonna be, as soon as he can get back to the map, get some of his camps down, he's gonna start accelerating.
Furious is able to dodge away. It's for Khan. Fox again, though. CC'd up. Battle Dance back in for the healing. Next Radio just gonna have to walk away. Needed one more tick on that stun. This bot lane should be pretty safe.
Karthus back on the map now. He's gonna start farming up a storm.
Yeah, already 34 to 30, so full camp lead on the Kled. And that's with Karthus having all of his camps up and available, Kled only with the Krugs up. So that lead gonna expand pretty darn quickly here for
Kled needs a Tiamat to keep up with the farm.
Yep.
Even close, so he has it now, so we'll be able to keep up at least, but
Lunaverse is well contesting him for his Raptor.
This is the Wemby Raptor Rise hack.
400.
Seems to actually was able to get some of it, since Garth is not full camp now.
Yep. Didn't get the full camp, but still enough to get the farm. Can clear out some wards in his own vision here, probably go for Krugs. Does have some bot priority as Lurker and Extra Radio on the reset. So could look to try to do the Dragon here, assuming that he understands Thanos Gibby's current rotation, that he's topside. And it looks like that will be the plan. Just going to start up this Wind Dragon. I believe it's a Wind Dragon. And Cloud. No?
It'd be a Cloud Drake, yes.
Cloud Drake, yeah.
Pretty good for Karthus.
Yep.
Little extra CDR, yep. And just overall movement speed is not bad, just for anyone, so. Not the best, but Cloud Drake's pretty solid.
I don't think the single Drake gives you movement speed anymore. I think it's just the 10%
I think it's just all taste, yeah.
Yeah, it's just 10% ulti CD, which is still pretty darn good, especially for stuff like Xayah for Karthus. Two champions that rely a lot on their ultimates for team fighting, and both of which have very long cooldowns. So definitely good for the two damage carries here for the side of Team Lethality.
Yeah. Something I'd like to see this game is potentially
Strange TIF.
Yeah, something I'd like to see this game is potentially having leverage the topside advantages from Bang Energy team to play for Herald and open up the map for Rise to be able to move around. I'm not sure if they will exactly do that, but it is something that's definitely a possibility in this game.
Yeah, topside definitely hard advantage here for 2Shock6, as he has been dominating this matchup ever since that level 1-2 scuffle. I think TIF possibly showing some uncomfortableness in the matchup or on the pick itself for Volibear, is losing out on a lot of these trades.
Yeah, Volibear is just useless if he's on ahead, so he's not going to be very, very useful except for a stun bot later in this game.
Yeah, would probably like to see the Divine Center into full tank instead of the normal Bruiser build that's currently popular on the champion. Divine Center is just good on the champion with his kit, gives a lot of extra healing, gets a lot of extra damage out of his abilities. But
yeah,
would like to see him go for the full tank build following the Divine, just to keep everything up to speed. And that way, at least if you're like 30 CS down, you're useful. You're tanky. You take some damage.
You can just Q someone, hope for the best.
QWE someone. They do a lot of damages. Yeah, has to burn the flash. Death Realm available for 2Shock, so just absolute domination. TAF no teleport either, so this is gonna be extraordinarily punishing with that wave stacked up on her turret.
Well, they're taking the Herald first, actually. Looking at Karthus.
Yep.
They're gonna get it.
Sacrificing a wave and a half mid lane for it.
Yeah, I don't really like that. I really think that they could have used their top mid advantages to play for that Herald a lot more aggressively.
Riggy
but
caught out. Lunaverse is here as well as Thanos Gibby coming with the ultimate. Yeah, Riggy is not long for this world. He goes down. Requiem not even going to be worth using as no damage come through. So yeah, greedy Herald play gets punished.
Yep. Doesn't get punished though, but again, if they were able to play for that, it might have been could have actually netted a lot of advantages for the Lunaverse.
Possible dive coming topside here. Thanos Gibby
it's
looking.
Like not enough minions. And diving Volibear is quite difficult though sometimes because of
the ultimate, yeah.
So much HP you get from the ult. The Stormbringer.
The Stormbringer, yes.
Oh, actually, Lunaverse actually has the blue buff here, so.
Yep, Zad taking a lot of damage.
Oh.
In the area, so has to get away. Bear trap and robe ignites down. There's no healing. Good haymaker. Showstopper try, but the reset's there from Kled, and Lunaverse able to grab that kill. No problem.
Yep, Lunaverse accelerating 3-1 and 0 so far. Riggy might be caught out here.
Ooh, yep. Has the wall of pay, but the damage is already down. The exhaust again, very, very late, and nowhere to put that Requiem once again. Meanwhile, topside TIF. Sucked into the realm of death. 2Shock's gonna say thank you for those stats, my friend. I will zone you off wave, chunk you low, and take back the advantage once again.
Yeah, bunch of greedy positioning and just kind of poor decision making from the side of Team Lethality in the past like 2 minutes.
Now 3K
Lunaverse. Yeah, 3K gold lead for the side of Bang Energy Team as well as the Lunar. We'll have a fight here.
Yep, going in with the
Oliver
ultimate.
wins these, yeah.
Shock, yeah, not respecting the amount of HP and damage.
That's a PTA. It's just so much damage with the Q and the W coming from Volibear.
It procs extremely quick for Volibear. So
Auto W auto or I don't know, anything really.
more or less saving the lane to a degree. It still has a lot of ground to catch up with on the Volibear, but slightly more manageable now that you do have the solo kill under your belt.
Yes. What actually might be good this game for the side of for Rise specifically is either I think he might go Seraph second or he might go Void Staff second. Either way, it would be really insane because in that case you essentially do trinity damage, especially if he has Void Staff. But Seraphs offers so much wave clear and mana to Rise that he would just be insanely powerful on his 2 items this game.
Yep. And going Luden's Echo as well for the movement speed. I mean, Leanders would have also, I think, been totally fine here. You have set, you have Volibear, 2 of these champions are going to get to the point where they're very tanky, but now you're just going to be bouncing one-shotting people with a Luden's Echo, so
yeah,
it doesn't really matter.
Luden's Echo has that flat pen Mythic bonus. It's actually quite useful, when that's, especially if you're accelerating really well. And do quite like it. Let's see if there is a really TP coming in.
But they are going to burn the TP from Volibear, respond immediately from 2Shock. And this is kind of super troll.
In a really troll situation, by the way.
Misposition in the universe gets another kill. 2 more there. Shock will go down. The Rec Whip coming out, but it's not going to execute anybody. Just a little bit of damage. It's giving over though.
Everyone here.
Defensively double kill from Fox again as they check back in. Flurger though, not rooted up. Flash
Double 4.
Next. And Fox again now in trouble. Rooted up, taken out. Yep, and that is Ace. The quadra kill stolen away by next to Radio, and that is a 7-1 Rise. Now taking the
Ace.
Riggy and TIF, I think, just hard mispositioning on that
Weird
fight.
Positioning here. If they were playing with the rest of the team, there were actually a high chance they can win the fight there. I mean, Ryan just kind of deleted those 2 before they even started the fight, and it became a 4v3 after that. It is the Masters players that is popping off this game as expected. He is dominating this game. The mid laner for Penn State Blue, one of our competitive teams, should be doing well.
On comfort. The mid laner for Penn State Blue on his best pick. Yeah.
Probably is his best pick considering, you know, it's literally banned out every game that people know about the Rise. That's it. Perhaps not good enough scouting from the side of Team Lethality, or he doesn't really play in a solo queue, so it's probably the reason why.
And
it's good to look for the gank here.
I think it was inspiring. And TIF, just a throwaway. Says Herald not going to amount to
pieces that here. 3-man top.
Oh, yep.
Good death roam.
TIF.
TP from Ludiverse.
Zad is stuck in the death roam. Set should be absolutely fine, though. For the most part, this is a very slow passive stack from 2Shock. Uses the Haymaker, dodges the Obliterate damage, but now has to flash away. Riggy not strong at all with the Ludiverse up here. Meanwhile, bot side engage from Curus. Doesn't really find too much. Alistar very tanky right now.
The dive here potentially.
Yeah, possibly. Riggy is very exposed. Has the exhaust. Should use it early for Ludiverse, but no, it doesn't come out quick enough. CIF trying to do some damage. Shazad back in the fight. Finds the Showstopper. Looking for the Spacemaker. Finds one. Gonna grab 2 as well as the Ludiverse trying to kite away. Looking for another one. Finds 2. With the godlike on the return now,
and
looking for Pizzad. Yep, there's the root, there's the damage, there's the spell flux.
9-1-3 on the Rise, popping off.
Is super
has the money for that.
PSU
has the money for the Seraphs now, so it's gonna be so much strong after this reset here.
Yeah, this is a hard Rise to kill at this point. Not gonna be too much that TL can do about it. We'll have to, like, it's going to be one of those situations where you have to use all your resources to dive the Rise and hope you win the follow-up team fight. Because if you do not kill Ludiverse, he will wipe your entire team.
Yeah. This reminds me of my game back in the back in fall last year where he was on Rise versus
I recall I was also in that game, and I was also playing Volibear if I remember correctly. That went about as well as TIF is doing right now.
Oh no, I was playing Karma Vayne bot. That was quite difficult. We were doing well early on, but that Rise became so big after one good team fight, and after that it was just a loss. So in this game, he's actually accelerating so far ahead. Has that Saris Embrace completed. Checking out his APS 282 AP, which is
think we just
quite
see
a
the
lot
Rabbit. I think
for
we just see the
15
Rabbit.
minutes. Yeah. Yeah, I think it goes Rabadons here, or he just goes Void Staff to
Zanya's
kind of...
Zanya's well, he does have the stopwatch inventory, and building defensively is pretty OP when you're this far ahead. As Riggy, I'm sorry, buddy, this isn't your jungle anymore. You have none of that.
Stopwatch.
Doesn't get under tower. Stopwatch gonna buy a little bit more time. Fleur gonna miss the ulti, but Thanos Gibby, it's a Kled. This guy's gonna dive you no matter what. Now TIF got out on the wrong side of the rim. Thanos Gibby though is just gonna go down to Requiem.
Oh,
No,
he
Purist. Oh, the
dismount?
smite over the wall. Purist in trouble, but no, gets it with the W. Flurger now trying to run away. TIF doing what he can. Showstopper in for Pizzag, gonna buy some more space, but Flurger still on the run, trying to run away from 2-Shock 6 as well. Pizzag finds the face breaker, finds the Q, finds the damage, and finds 1 more kills. It's now a 3v2. 2-Shock, one of the death realm. Pizzag gonna try to survive for now. Just running around the wall, playing chicken with the Mordekaiser. And that's not even fine as the Ludiverse coming in, and here comes the raid boss. Gonna blast himself into a volume area. Purist able to battle dance himself out of the Death's Grasp for Mordekaiser. And now we just kind of get so good kite back there from Team Lethality on the back end of that. Definitely finding the pick and then turning it over as Zaya was just farming mid lane, I believe, that entire duration.
Good fight, actually. Picking a fight where Ludiverse can actually join because he has no CP and Realm Warp is too short to be able to join there. So was able to get a few kills and just close the goal gap just a little bit. Now only a 5 point.
Only.
Not 5K goal, yeah.
Only a 5K goal.
Yeah, it's better than 6K.
At 17 minutes.
Better than 6K.
True, always better. Less is always better for the goal difference. As Ricky just gonna see, this is what I'm not like about Team Lethality. They're watchers, not takers on the dragons. It would appear. Like to stand around and
really
watch the objective go away.
Yeah, man, this freeze is really helpful. It's not gonna do anything. So.
Yep. Yeah, yep. Just gonna use Q to run away here. Could try to go in on Chuck if we really want to. Is bot lane? Because that does need to be careful. Ludiverse is a little big.
Yeah, it's doing quite a bit of damage. No, just a little bit. Oh, he's still seeing a tower, by the way.
Yeah, taking tower. Pizzad just gonna walk in and pump it down. Nope. Good bait on the Zanya's Hourglass. Yeah, Thanos Gibby this here. Finds the Showstopper back in, but the damage is there as well. Thanos Gibby gonna pick up that one. Very well played on the dive, and they still have a Herald to go for this tier 2 bot lane. So gonna get a lot out of this play.
Go wish. That looks like they're not gonna take that here. Just
nope, just gonna back. I don't think they necessarily have information on where Karthus is right now. So
Universe, sweep those here. Void Staff or Zanya's or Rabadons?
I think he finishes Zanya's now that he burned the action stopwatch. Purist looking for the engage.
Oh,
Finds
Zanya's.
2 as Ricky's in the mix. Burger trying to get away. The Gale Force is to get it and able to grab it. Ludiverse coming into the fight from behind. Need to be careful. Ricky just completely no. He's dead on the backside as the CC comes through. Ricky, the exhaust, doing so much work as he's now fighting the blue buff. 1v1 as 2-Shock to put another in the death round. TIF gonna try to survive as long as he can. Thanos Gibby takes down the Karthus, the Requiem, waiting to be channeled. Finally gonna be popped here, hopefully shortly. No.
Oh, the
Requiem
rebound
used. As 2-Shock able to get it, the rebound doing a lot. Buck's dead. Now one man versus the world. Pizzazz gonna try to join him. Pull him off, but Thanos Gibby flying back. Bear trap on a rope, able to grab it now. Pizzazz 1v3. Has to try to kite away. This is a very strong Mord. Kled finds the haymaker though. And there's the slay, but can he fight the other two as a lost CC from the outside? No!
Not enough.
Haymaker, the red buff burn ticking down to Pizzazz, just able to limp away for now. Gonna have to hope his regen can help him survive the dive, waiting on that cooldown. Thanos Gibby looking for the jump. Facebreaker, good Showstopper back. Gonna try to death and dismount. The Facebreaker not gonna be enough as next to Radio. Taking for the Requiem. Coming very late. Gonna skill next to Radio. So the belated Requiem from Riggy does get the kill in the end, but man, what would the fight would have been like if he would have popped that during it.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
Very well fought from Team Lethality overall.
Ludiverse not able to press Zanya on any of the buttons. Well, he was chain CC as soon as he got hit by
he was that was what I think when you run into this team fight, you have to be really careful.
Yeah,
you just don't get CC'd for the entire duration. It's still an 8K, just shy of an 8K gold lead for Beg Energy team, so certainly far in the red side's favor.
Indeed. Actually, even bigger gold lead now than before, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
That's 8K.
The fact that Team Lethality got out of that fight the way they did is extremely fortunate, considering the misplay by Riggy on the Requiem usage. Fox kind of having to try to 1v9 the whole fight for a time. TF 1975 went way too deep onto Thanos Gibby. There's a whole bunch of misplays and still made it out pretty okay all things said and done, Pizzad, Fox again doing about as best they could. And same with Purist, Rakan doing a lot of work CCing up the rise and peeling off Fox again as long as he could possibly do. So we got 3 members at least working on full cylinder at Team Lethality for that last team fight. Gonna have to hope that Riggy and TIF can start doing the same, as they could look topside here. This is not the strongest Volibear in the world. He wanted out by Dushok, gets brought back in, obliterate, not gonna find too much damage, it's just on the Krugs. Here comes Thanos Gibby though, coming in with the ulti, goods on his hourglass from Riggy Chest all the way, and it does burn the teleport from TIF.
Oh, he's fast.
Yeah, he's fast, but can he get in? Fine, the ulti finds, the damage finds, 1 kill, the shutdown on to 2-Shock, now Thanos Gibby, possibly in trouble, the root comes through, has the remount, but the Showstopper will shut him down as well. And that's a 2-for-0 in the bot lane, but will it be enough as Purist is left sitting mid trying to defend against the Luniverse? Still a good pick, gonna shrink the gold lead from 8k down to 6. A lot of shutdown gold coming through.
Very good response from TIF here to TP bot lane and look for that play to, you know, they have to close that gold gap just a little bit. Any little bit counts. Situation. So a little bit of waiting just for this next strike to spawn in about 20 seconds.
Yep, we'll have Requiem and Exhaust available back on Riggy, importantly, but notably for Team Lethality, no flash on TIF, no flash on Pizzad, no flash on Fox Geddon, and no flash on Purist. All will have their flashes down for this Drake spawn, whereas you're looking at the other side, Luniverse has his flash, Lurkers has his flash and heal. So a lot of very, very important summoners up for them. All the ultimates, of course, will be back available for both these teams. Showstopper going to be coming up in just a minute. If they can solve for TIF, he'll have his ulti as well, but the Dragon maybe start up very quickly here by the time of Bang, and the question is, do TL go for the contest? They haven't contested the other 2, they're just going to stand and watch for a 3rd time. And that's CS and XP that you could be getting just kind of blown away, as we're going to sit around Drake, talk about what could have been.
Indeed. They take it so fast too. They really need, if they want to get 5 to that Drake at all, they need to get in there and set up before the Drake even spawns, like 30 seconds, a minute before the Drake even spawns, so that they can, you know, try to actually zone them off the Drake for any means. But in the day, it's quite difficult. Not many sums up, and I mean, Luniverse is still very scary. He really needs to be able to, you really need to be able to chain CC him to win in these fights.
Oh, next radio getting engaged on, does pop the ulti, as well as the locket of the Iron Solari. That will be just a disengage from that, so pretty good burning of cooldowns.
Looking for bot here.
Bot. Thanos Gibby trying to kite away. TIF though very quick on the bear. Q barely runs out though, so no engage to be had. That's, I mean, that's the disadvantage of being the run at you composition, is if you don't actually run fast enough.
Yeah, then it's
can't do much.
A bit problematic.
Yep. Pizzad gonna try to 1v2 here down bot lane. He probably can actually get dove. I know that's not a champion we generally see being dove under, but given Glud takes tower, Luniverse definitely has damage to burn through his haymaker. However, 2 coming down.
The skill shots.
Top, Riggy in some trouble here. Has to burn these off. 2-Shock going very low. Goes to the death zone. Steals a whole bunch of AP, but will be enough. 2-Shock still alive. There's the movement from Riggy. Able to get the kill. That's like good. Showstopper on the Luniverse. Flash forward, looking for the Requiem to confirm the kill. And that's a kill on the Luniverse. No, the Zhonya's hourglass will keep him alive for now. Purist going in and trying to finish it off, and the shutdown goes on to Rakan as the other one followed up. And Team Lethality grabs 3 kills on the map against the Grain. Meanwhile, mid lane, tier 2 turret just fall down. And I'm not sure if they can punish this off of a Baron play just yet. The positioning just isn't really in the right spot.
Feels to me that the Danger Team's bot lane is just kind of not participating in all of these fights. I think that's a big issue here. You know, that's one of the big reasons why they're not actually able to push their advantage so much.
The peel isn't there from Alistair. Good.
Yeah.
Good backhand by Riggy.
Yeah, because Rakan, the Purist, is actually really active in trying to set up all these plays on the sides of the map. Same with Volibear. Set obviously doing actually decent amount of work. It's quite tanky, doing a lot of damage. You know, Set's quite strong still in this patch. Hasn't really been nerfed at all recently, and it just feels to me that side advantage Team Flurgur and Extra Radio haven't really been moving to these fights at all, and it's been just kind of chilling rather than trying to make anything happen.
Yeah, so I mean, they're still getting something at least. They did get the tier 2 mid lane, so they're At least not just sitting around saying, I'm freezing, guys, and then your team just loses the game while you're freezing a lane. But is at least getting something out of it toward the pressure. Now the gold lead almost down all the way to 4K. So they have gone quite a bit of ways the other way after all these picks are coming through. Lunaverse has gotten 3 quick deaths. Still working on that Rabadon's death cap. Only one needlessly large in inventory. Now, we say that, but Volibear, while going for CC bot, I'm liking the build. We have tank items. We're going Spirit Visage too. I think that's a real good itemization against
Great
Rise.
healing, yeah.
Against Rise Mordekaiser, the double AP threats. Very good.
Alright, just a quick response to the one in chat. That's not the issue. Is actually, I'd say that they have an AK gold advantage, and if they're not trying to push advantages in this situation, actually they're playing it incorrectly.
Can they actually win the fight? Lunaverse untouched so far. Don't want to burn too many cooldowns before he's dealt with. 2 shock in the death run with TIF. Looking for the kill. The Obliterate does a lot of damage. Now they're going to come out as Cledol comes through. Fights way on a Fox again, and he's away for now, but Lunaverse back in the backside of the fight. Takes out Fox again. That's a lot of damage out of that. Trying to 1v3. Ricky's still in the mid, but it's insta-killed by the Lunaverse. And as then when they fight as 5 darn near nothing is on, the Requiem grabs 2-3 kills after the burn comes through, and that might just save enough of the fight to come out to keep the gold even. As Dragon spawns in 30 seconds, so it will not be contestable. This is going to be the Infernal Soul for the side of Bang Energy team. So close, but just not enough. Box again and not having the peel he needs to deal with Lunaverse, and the Rise lives to fight another day. Purist, the last one standing for TL.
Yeah.
Oh man, the fact that fights are this close with a almost 6K gold deficit is still absolutely insane.
Honestly,
but Lunaverse does have death cap now, which might change things.
I think this Alistar needs to buy Anathema's chain. Just for a quick Hearthis. He's really the only player that's actually useful on the team at this point, I'd say.
Fox again is getting there. He's got the 2 items. I'm not a huge fan of going the second item, Phantom Dancer. But he's still doing quite a bit of work for these teams. Now they are going to try to contest this Drake. I would like to see Fox get into Pizzad, push up here and really try to get some type of vision. Volibear sitting on the flank. Not sure how well it's going to work. I'd rather have him do the front to back. Riggy has rejoined. So this will be another 5v5. Requiem, though, not available here for several seconds. So possibly wanting to try to fight this slow from the side of TL to get these cooldowns back online. Foxken does have ultimate backup. That Featherstorm is available. TIF can find the engage with the Dragon started up here by Thanos Gibby. Yep. There comes in Ricky, though, put into the death, and on the backside, 3-man combo, but can they get on Lunaverse? Zania's going to buy some time for now. Fox again needs to do the damage. Lunaverse trying to cut away, blast on, stunned up, taken out. Pizzad finds the kills. Purist still getting away, and Pizzad gets another one. The Karthus grabs it, and that will be the Infernal Soul denied. Team Lethality, what a fight.
Yeah, Karthus was parked in a really good spot to just be able to fight even out dead. They weren't able to kite away from the Karthus dead body in that situation, just die instantly.
Yeah, 2Shock not able to keep him out of the fight either.
Yeah. Pretty well played. Good engage from the Shurelius, Rakan, and TIF. Volibear was able to access the backline and really zone out Lunaverse in that situation. Yeah. I think there's a bit of an issue with vision coverage there. I'm not even sure if they were aware that the Volibear was there. Looking at the
flank
words.
Worked out perfectly.
If you look at the words in the side of Dragon, it's all blue wards. There's not a single red ward except for the vision, the scuttle crab that's expired. So a bit of issue with vision coverage. Purist doing a great job of warding out and then sweeping everything down, and Banger's team just can't keep up with that vision, and they were punished by that flank, kind of blindsided by the Volibear.
Yeah. Great flank from TIF. Again, maybe if there's vision there, maybe there's more vision control from next to Radio and Thanos Gibby pushing in prior to the Drake and really establishing the vision control that they could have as they did win the prior team fight. I mean, that's a fight that was won without Requiem.
Yeah.
Requiem wasn't even available for that team fight. Now, given it was still a very close win, as they're going to look for another one here, Purist. Popping control, here's the quickness in. Great disengage from side next to Radio. Rise not there, though. He's still stuck in bot lane with no TP. Can walk up to the Realm Warp and shooting the split push for now. No real engage coming through. His mid lane tier 1 still available. Next to Radio does make it out of the fight, so it's a lot of cooldowns blown for really not much gain.
Yeah, Rise is putting so much work on the bot side.
So they have to be careful there. We'll get tier 1 mid for sure, but Thanos Gibby looking for the plays.
We're not
TIF
getting through on mid.
might be overextended. There comes the Baron trap on a rope. The 2 damage
Look at Rise.
going up toward Baron. And this might be a Baron force against 2 split pushing lanes. There is vision on this for the side of Banks. They know this Baron is happening. But Rise might just be able to end the darn game. He's on the inhibitor already. Fight possibly looking to break out. Next to radio coming in. Thanos Gibby onto TIF. There comes the ultimate into the pit. Ulti on to Riggy. No! Muted by the Zanyas. And Fox again just free hitting in the backside. Looking for a Blake Hold. Looking for the damage. Thanos Gibby going low. Rizo onto the Nexus turret. It's going to be a race. As Flurger doing so much work. Or sorry, not Flurger. Fox again doing so much work. But Rise ending the game. Flurger still alive. Finds the pick. Purist going low. Going for the back. Shut down. The game though just ends. As Rise able to solo take the Nexus, the Baron steal to force it through. And what a whack ending to such a close game overall. Holy moly.
Yeah, just starting a Baron is, I don't know, man. Like, Rise, no one can 1v1 him, right?
Yeah,
so,
no.
like,
Absolutely
I don't know. I don't know what that, like, what's the intention of that? Starting up the Baron. No thought behind that. Just kind of trying to force that, even though they can easily skip the vision super quickly, and great steal from Thanos Gibby.
Yeah, that was huge steal. I think Riggy was in stopwatch when the Baron actually went down, so there's no smite contest at all. It was that close.
Very, very well played, even though game lobby is full. Let's see.
Pong champ.
Lobby.
We get to game 2
so
again.
Great steal from Thanos Gibby there. Good kind of stalling from the side of Energy team in that Baron pit. Flurger was actually pretty much untouched, actually doing quite a lot of damage during that.
Yeah, Flurger, both AD carries, Flurger and Fox again were both free hitting that entire fight, doing quite a bit of work.
Yeah.
So, still very close, but all I'm going to say is congratulations. Good job, guys. I'll drink to that. But a very nicely played game. I think Bang, definitely some stuff to work on. The macro mid game was quite rough. Overall, the bot lane I think was really lost. And Thanos, Gibby, Lunaverse not really respecting the collapse potential of the enemy team a lot of the time. So ended up coming through a little bit shaky. You had an 8K gold lead, throw it all the way down to like 2-3K, and then have to win through this really crap macro decision the team Lethality made. Again, we saw it on the Rift Herald. That's how they started losing the early game so hard, was the Rift Herald call. And now we flip it over. They make this really weird Baron call. And the game spins out of their control.
I might do the lobby, by the way. I'm not sure if
I'm trying to join.
It should be, and then I DM'd you spectator list stuff.
I got it. I have to switch around graphics here anyway for Pro Draft, so we'll get there in just a second. So we're going to take a quick break here on the cast, but stay tuned and stay hyped because Game 2 is looking to shape up to be a banger if any game wants anything to say about it. So we will head to the intermission. All right, hello, and welcome back for Game 2 of Bang Energy Team versus Team Lethality, and we had a certainly banger of a Game 1. Bang taking the lead 1-0, and a backdoor from Luniverse off of a Baron steal from Thanos Gibby. Some interesting plays, some odd macro, and some hard-fought team fights contributing into that one, but we are into Game 2's Pro Draft. So we'll switch that over here, as we already got the first round of picks and bans in.
Yep, banning out the Lilia, Zed, Karthus, Zed for PC Zed, and Karthus banned away from Riggy. Solid set being banned out. I like to see the Rise ban here. And
Yeah,
that's
Rise
what we
ban
do.
is expected. Very expected. Kindred instead going to be the first pick for Bang Energy. Thanos Gibby going to grab that one off of the bench. It was banned in Game 1. So that's going to be back on top. Now we have Team Lethality looking for their R1, R2, what they're going to respond with. Card that's not on the table for them to take this game, and not something I necessarily would like too much into the Kindred. And Thresh, Caitlyn, looks like it's going to be responsive. Team Lethality is going to take a bot lane duo pick.
Fresh Caitlyn being locked in.
Yep, that's going to be the call here for the side of Team Lethality. Interesting we don't see the jungle picked up this early, possibly looking for some more information on total team comp to see what would look good. Thresh Caitlyn definitely not something we see too much, but does offer some degree of safety for mostly a mobile carry like Caitlyn. You have the Lantern. Instead, it looks
Lulu
like it
being
might
covered.
be Lulu. Do we see Lulu Cog? Is it the Lulu Cog angle for Flurger and next to radio? Lulu locked away already. Have to see what they're going to go with here. I'm expecting 80 carry on 3 here, as don't need to blind what you don't have to, unless there's something very high priority you might be feeling could go down in the second phase of bans. I think Luniverse wants to keep it champ, but when it says it's going to be Lulu Ezreal, so not necessarily the strongest of bot lanes ever, but does help out. And Bang going to be sporting the double ADC kind of comp.
Yep, Lulu will also be blocking both 80 carries here. Can do so much damage. We'll see how this fight goes, where this game goes. What I'd like to see in like a Thresh as a counter pick, or sorry, the Leona as a counter pick to Thresh here. But Lulu is not bad either, very safe option. Talia being locked in.
This could
Most
go
likely will be a
support, probably. I mean, there's support, there's jungle, mid.
jungle mid probably, because I mean, based on how Riggy plays, considering that he's playing Karthus, it wouldn't be surprising if he played Taliyah as well. So I would definitely be able to see that as an option in the jungle. Could definitely go mid as well after the new Taliyah
I've just
mid
seen some
buffs.
YouTube videos on Taliyah support or some crap, so that's why I said
Yeah.
it. But I didn't know if that was the new tech or not.
I mean, Thresh is on good, so.
True. You never know. Crit Thresh top.
True.
Crit Thresh top is if we want to just go meme comp.
Yep. Banning out the Kali and Ziggs. Yone being taken off the table from PZ Zad. Next, looking for the last ban. Fiora covered, maybe being taken away here. Guessing banning out the top laner, but not really sure.
Certainly pinching some more AD options for Team Lethality, as Taliyah gonna signify you probably want to go AD mid.
Yep.
Set's still available if they want to go back to that one. I'm not sure if it worked out too terribly well in the laning phase. Certainly Zad did do some good work in that on the team fights.
Kiana open, Talon open, both are very good here with the Taliyah, but we'll
They're gonna
see.
save it for last pick.
Taking
as
the Malphite off. So probably want to take the Mordekaiser's top again, honestly. Pretty good into Malphite.
Yep.
Not sure if that's what they would decide to do here. And as for mid lane, they'll have to take a blind pick here. We're kind of curious on what the Luniverse decides to take. Oh, the Doctor Mundo being covered. Pretty good into Malphite, actually.
Yeah, actually a very solid matchup, especially if you're looking for a tank top. Baggett team definitely needing some more frontline help with 280 carries already locked away. So Mundo certainly providing that in team fights, providing some good damage soak and Pio, and it looks like possibly the blind Cassiopeia, which would certainly be an interesting pick, though comfort for the Luniverse. Echo would probably fit more to theme.
Echo blind. Not great, but not terrible.
Better than Cassio blind, I think, in this situation when you already see Caitlyn and Thresh.
Yeah.
So yeah, Echo going to be the blind pick away. I think much better than Cassiopeia in this situation. And then one more pick from Team Lethality. What do they want into the Echo? Mages here, definitely not necessarily what you want to look at, but plenty of AD options still on the table. And instead, Yasuo, possibly the lock-in, does combo well off of Malphite. And it will be
Yasuo Malphite with the Taliyah. Lost CC here on damage. So needs to be respectful of that amount. But Kindred is obviously quite good into
Malphite
that kind of all-in compositions where, well, everyone's kind of standing in one place. You press R and well, no one dies because of the Kindred.
very true. You do have to have a little bit of quick hands on the Kindred to make sure you can get that R off in animation before you are CC'd till you die. As is common with the Yasuo Malphite combo, you do get locked up in a damage hole pretty darn quickly, very similar to Yasuo Diana, which has been popular on the Rift for several patches. Actually, they picked Taliyah without the was Diana banned? No, yeah, they could have possibly went Diana jungle if they really wanted to, but Taliyah still works, I suppose. Just not something we see too terribly often in PSU LCS. I think it definitely different styles of compositions here for both of these teams. Thanos Gibby was on the engaged jungler last game, now taking more of a more classical hard farming, still very early skirmish heavy jungler like Kindred. You do have a lot of cool counter jungle angles that you can come up with Kindred, like the level 2 you do one buff and transfer over to the enemy's buff. If you start to top side, you can jump that Baron wall. So some fun options available here for Thanos Gibby in the early game if he wants to do some more creative pathing. And then Luniverse this time, I think, on a much more aggressive mid lane pick, wanting to skirmish more, wanting to fight more. Yes, the Rise worked out game 1 in the skirmishes early on, but Echo, I think, does that job more so with the jungle 2v2, so definitely a strong combination there. And while Taliyah is solid, I think Kindred and Echo not going to have a problem taking that 2v2 fight, even with the consideration of Yasuo being in the mix.
Yeah. Here's how they decide to play this game out. Taliyah, Yasuo, not the best 2v2. Not really much CC that really offered, because you really do want lockdown CC for Taliyah to function properly, but still strong simply because of how damage composition works. And really like how Taliyah is so AP here, except for, I mean, Malphite does do a bit of AP damage, but
Yep.
I like that quite a lot. So makes
You
it a
also
little
see
bit
the
difficult to.
I don't know it's built it yet, and it's probably absolutely terrible with the new item set. But back last season when you had the AD Malphite build with Trinity Force for the Sheen proc on W, that was a fun build.
Yeah, go the Stride Breaker Malphite tech that person named Evil Cow pioneered back in the day. I'm curious on to see how this game plays out. We'll be ending the game in about 3.5 minutes here. Yeah, so overall, it will just be a. I think this game will most likely go towards a more team fighting style, and then maybe Echo with the split. Probably Echo will be taking a split push, being able to go on the side lane and do some finessing in these lanes. The universe quite comfortable on the Echo pick. Did see him pilot that last night in a certain match I was watching. Was doing quite well in that match. So we'll see how this game turns out here in 3 minutes.
Have to see again. I think both these teams definitely looking for more of the team fight angle. Luniverse once again on one of those champions that can kind of do the double duty, the split push or the team fight, whatever he really feels like. But with Dr. Mundo, Kindred, Ezreal, and Lulu certainly going to be looking to group up for 5v5, and Team Lethality once again more than happy to oblige that sentiment with the Malphite, Yasuo, Talia, and then Caitlyn and Thresh kind of putting out that extra DPS. Caitlyn, as we saw, piloted yesterday by Concal with the Lethality build, is still absolutely insane from ahead, and really besides Dr. Mundo, everyone on this team going to be extraordinarily squishy. You still have the options to go with an early Serpent's Fang to deal with the Lulu, to deal with the Echo Shields and such like that on the Caitlyn, so couldn't see something along those lines coming out just yet. I'm not really sure, and leave Yasuo really to deal with the Dr. Mundo. Will just depend on what Fox again is comfortable with, but plenty of damage still existing on this comp. Talia from ahead is pretty insane, the amount of burst damage that champion has at her disposal. Hasn't been good in a fair few patches, would be a very generous saying, so we'll have to see how Riggy wants to pilot this. Did just take out the Karthus jungle, which had its problem, but overall was more or less did its job. Have to see how he feels on another more niche AP jungle pick. Not something we see too terribly often. And it just, I don't know, it's going to be a very execution-focused game, and neither of these teams necessarily playing it out the cleanest in game one, so it does leave a lot of open room for open interpretation on how this game is going to play out.
Indeed. Indubitably.
Indubitably.
I'm still very excited to see how this game is turning out, because game one was quite a banger. Really just came down to that split push being taken at the end of the game.
1-4 by Rise was probably the best macro move they could have made. Again, it was based off a mistake. It wasn't necessarily like, we're just 5-hitting the crap out of us. We're TPing Rise and bot and then contesting this really greatly set up Baron that they had pry over. It was more like they just started, TL decided, we'll start the Baron. And then Ludiverse, who was already pushing in bot lane, was like, I guess I just keep pushing bot lane. Yeah. Fortunate enough to steal Baron, which allows Rise to take 2 Nexus turrets. They cancel resets. Rise wins the game. Such is history.
Yeah, it did have the Sword Pot last game as well, so it was a lot of damage to structures.
Yep.
It's really, really powerful in this kind of situation. So you see this game just about 10 seconds or so, building right into the match. Very exciting.
Ended off the spectator delay here. We'll see who can take over for game 2. Have seen a lot of 1-1s in the past few days and some 2-0s. Last night being the most probably particularly brutal that we've had in quite a while. As we load on into game here for game 2. I'm excited. I'm hyped. I've had an entire energy drink already today, so we're ready to go. But definitely going to be an interesting game 2 here. Is going to be teleport advantage towards the side of Bang Energy Team. Ludiverse taking the TP on Echo, not going to go the aggressive Ignite, whereas Pizzad doing the opposite, taking the Ignite on Yasuo.
Yep.
As we are loaded on into game. Probably have to deal with a few visual glitches here at the beginning, so excuse me if the timer keeps flipping around. Just how the client works right now because we can't have nice things. Although it looks to be this, and that should be okay.
Indeed.
Good luck, have funds in the y'all chat. As we have pings for red side on this top side River Brush, possibly looking for the 5 stack. Not sure how great this level 1 is, but they do have a Thresh, so hook champions are hook champions. Thanos Gibby, though, gonna snuff it out. It has the ward. Gonna be a little bit more XP. And just Gibby, yeah, the full push and invade. Not gonna
Walks
get
right
any-
in, but doesn't
No,
do
yeah,
anything.
Doesn't even set out vision, just gets the ward XP. Ludiverse actually is gonna go in and get a ward in the enemy jungle.
Got blue buff, good information. Talia probably wants to start blue buff anyways. Looks like we'll be starting red buff here, clearing down. Gonna be clearing to the opposite side of the Kindred.
Yep, I'm expecting
Oh,
Talia-
looks like
Ooh.
Kindred going top side in this game instead. So we'll be
On
looks
vision.
like we'll be playing for bot side, the bot side scuttle this game.
Yep.
Be very, very interesting to see. Ezreal Lulu not really that good at getting prio versus a Caitlyn Thresh.
Especially not early, no. You're going to be taking
Yeah.
quite a diffy in the bot lane to really make that one happen.
Yep. And both sides
On
know
vision.
that they start top side. So
Yep.
will we see? Interesting to see how they adjust the pathing, though, if at all.
Yeah, kind of interesting we see Kindred starting blue buff. Kindred really needs red buff early game for a lot of her clear. So, interesting to see the blue start here. Going to be a little bit slower going through some of these camps, even though, generally speaking, the champion better at that single target damage. Gonna be a little bit. Well, we'll have the red buff up for the fight though, so he's gonna have a little bit more of that auto attack damage for the scuttle contest. As we're just probably gonna have some farming lanes here in the early game. Level 2's hit mid lane. Nothing too exciting gonna be happening, but Lunaverse definitely gonna be potent in some of these trades here with the E. There he goes, grabs the. No, doesn't grab the passive
auto
actually.
cancel.
Unfortunate. Now actually in some trouble, possibly. Pizzad though, the
Can execute.
he does so much damage on that champion. And we have Talia actually going for the 3 camp. Not a clear we see too often anymore. Going red, blue, Gromp. So going to be very, very early here to the scuttle.
They're playing main gank here.
Possibly. He's just sitting around here for now. Has the time to kill. Pierce, though, has to hit a hook if they want to do this. Yes, spotted out, so it should be the flash next to radio. Flash for flash out of the supports. Definitely favoring, I believe,
here.
Thresh. And now Kindred's bot side, but can Thanos, Gibby, and company contest? They don't really have too terrible mid prio. Bot is definitely shoved in, so the crab should be contestable totally. Although Pizzad going up toward the top side, checking the Raptor camp.
Ping. A lot of ping coming out for the scuttle exchange
definitely
here.
want this contest. We'll have to see how much they commit to it. Caitlyn being zoned away right now by the Tri-Brush as Thanos Gibby finds Pizzad. Does win wall away the Echo.
Oh, good
Q,
dodge.
So the dodge away, gonna do a lot of work as Thanos Gibby gains shut down. Purist though, can't find the hook as the flash away from Kindred going to Securus. Flurger next to radio, now stepping up. Pizzad going very low. Here comes the parallel
into the
convergence.
trap.
Does get the kill onto Yasuo. His first blood goes over onto Riggy. Thanos Gibby around the
Another
backside though,
shade.
going on to Purist, trying to find that one kill, but Thanos Gibby going very low. Taken out by Fox again, and now Lunaverse, the one under pursuit. Red buff slow, doing a lot of work. There's the Dark Harvest proc, but just out of range of 2 of those rocks, and Lunaverse might survive for now. Fox again flashing forward, looking for the Q, but a flash away from Thanos Gibby will bring him to safety, and massive early game fight win for the side of Team Lethality, even though this kill score 2-1.
Yeah. Finding that scuttle without ball prio was a bit difficult. Thresh and Caitlyn were able to get that first move super, super early on to get to the fight here. Look at the tussle on the top lane here.
TIF?
Yeah,
It's
it
a
doesn't
little
really amount
risky.
to anything.
Yeah, out of Corrupting Pot, so does have to take the back, probably out of the burn TP to get back to lane here. To stay even up in CS. Is down once again. Quite a bit of CS in this early game. 13 the difference already, which is pretty crazy. Just 4 minutes into the game. Normally you don't see Diffus that hard for later unless it's a really abysmal matchup. And yeah, just comes back to the top side of the map to deal with 2 Shock, who on the Mundo looking to be a beefy front line for this team. So Kindred so far I don't believe got a mark that first fight because it was on Riggy, who did not go down.
Marks on top side here. Purist on the roam.
Yeah,
Could be looking to fight for the scuttle.
Possibly Talia, though, still in base, waiting on Sork boot completion. It looks like he's just going to be pathing toward this bottom side. Yep, Chang's down the bot lane, so they are going to be willing to give up the mark. Will not be contesting with it. I believe they're probably basing this off the top side prio to Shock. Although, getting burned down here by Malphite. Has Kindred in the area if he really needs the assistance. Though, there's another slow. Cleaver hits. Gonna grab some HP back, but TIF doesn't have the cooldown to really pursue. Doesn't have the ulti to engage on. Even if the CC's immune, does have the damage. And he's just gonna back off, take that wave, spawning out Thanos Skibby on the top side of the map.
A lot of damage for an execute though.
Yep. Quite a bit of damage coming out of Echo. Early does have that kill, does have a 2-stack Darksail regardless out of the first fight, so is quite strong. Pizzad unfortunately did go down. Had to go for the double dagger back, which not necessarily what you like to see in the early game. And with level 6 from the Luniverse, notably has not leveled the R yet, so is just holding on to that one. Would rather put that into his other abilities right now and save the ulti for a later time if he possibly can. We do have the Dirk diff for Fox to get it in bot lane, doing quite a bit of work as even non-headshot rounds. Yeah, looking for the dive here. It is Ezreal Lulu, only level 4, but it can just force them off the wave, off the tower. As even the mid lane being brought down, Pizzad gonna try to zone them away from even more farm. So very punishing play in the bot lane here as TIF in some trouble. Ulti popped by 2Shock. Trying to set up for Thanos Gibby here as he makes his way in. TIF needs to flash away, needs to ult away. There comes the unstoppable force. And Thanos Gibby not there in time to make a difference, so it is just gonna be a bot lane advantage here for the side of. Oh, TIF has to get away.
That's a mark.
Oh, goes back to the counter of the mark. On to TIF. Thanos Gibby going forward, finds the execute. Very nicely done, and Kindred popping up with the kill. I think TIF just sits under tower there a little bit harder for Thanos Gibby to make that one happen. Instead, tries to back off a little bit too far and ends up getting punished for it. As Purist, bot lane, finds the hook. Flurger, though, has Arcane Shift, is just perfectly okay. Fox getting spending a little bit of time as a snowman. And 2Shock going to get a lot out of this top side, as well as Thanos Gibby grabbing red buff. And now the Raptor camp, and yet another mark on the Kindred. So should be at 3 marks at this point in the game. So after the early game Scuttle contest failure, doing very well for himself.
Oh, getting mid.
Yep, Zad in trouble. Finds the knockup, finds the last spread. Gonna get the refresh on the shield, but the execute damage is gonna come through from Thanos Gibby. Finds the Q, one more, and the PPA will allow the kill to go through. Thanos Gibby finds another quick kill. And can go back in and start finishing off the rest of that Raptor camp he left behind.
Yeah, great comeback actually after not a great early game. That Scuttle exchange. Just fine. Multiple kills in multiple lanes. Has that 100% KP at this point in the game, doing quite well for himself.
Yep, Riggy gonna keep clearing his camps. Gonna find his top side quite vacant as he has not visited there in quite a while. 2Shock puts him again on TIF as Thanos Gibby just gonna solo out the Rift Herald. Kindred very good at Rift Heralds actually. Can space out them pretty well. Does a lot of damage as an 80 carry, so should be the bot side skill grab secured, and hopefully the dragon if Talia has the knowledge of Kindred's positioning once this Rift Herald falls. Has mid prow, is gonna have bot prow here as well quite shortly. TIF is 2 levels down on 2Shock. That is brutal. 30 to 67 in CS.
Hoops on as
ooh, great hook on a Flirter. Has the Arcane Shift. Riggy though brought in, can't find him. But next radio goes down. The block is missed by Flurker. Oh no.
Alright,
It's a
see that, don't worry.
good escape, but rough on the execution. That's a kill onto Lethality. Caitlyn, not what you want to see. Ooh, bad. She's going to take a lot of that damage, and then Brock will execute, so is going to be okay. And for that, looks like it's going to be the Dragon for the side of Team Lethality. Secures that, so we're going to start their stack. And Echo found out, might be looking to escape, but no! There's the Death Sentence lands as well as the last breath. Luniverse gonna have to try to burn the ulti, gets a good bit of damage, gets the parallel conversion onto Pizzad, but will it be enough? Late wind wall, should have the blast gun over. The flash force doesn't connect. And Luniverse makes the great escape. Houdini on the Echo. Is gonna be the red buff though, puts over engage from TIF, spell immune, gonna mean TIF does no damage with the ultimate as 2Shock pops with one of his own.
And
He's got the healing, he's got the help as well. Doesn't even need it. The solo kill as well as the tower onto his end. And top lane is just an absolute disaster for Team Lethality.
Dominating the top lane with this Dr. Mundo pick and able to get that first tower taken down with a Rift Herald and get so much gold onto both Kindred and Dr. Mundo's pockets.
Yep. Fox getting to go up top lane and respond to this, so they're going to start sending Malphite into the bottom lane to start catching waves. I'm assuming this Caitlyn probably going to switch over to the mid lane once he also comes back on the map, or is just going to free farm top for now. Does have to be a little bit careful. Mundo is one of those champions that you can't really get away from if he really wills it. As the voice line goes where he goes where he pleases. If he pleases to go under your turret and kill you as the AD carry, he will darn well do so.
As long as he has R, I can do it.
Probably can do it against the solo Caitlyn, yeah.
Yep.
For sure. Now, Threshers have the neat musician where you can just play and then hook to peel. Will burn the CC immunity from Mundo. So, with the support, definitely possible, but 1v1, not really. Luniverse getting ganked here as TIF just going to farm up here against the Ezreal Lulu. Not much to worry about. Not a ton of lethal pressure by these two champions. Thanos Gibby found out by Riggy on the wrong side. Doesn't have the help from the Ezreal Lulu, so has to be careful. Has the extra damage on Riggy coming up. Finds the auto attack. Lander Spike going to do some work, but he's cutting away TIF. Also, Lander Spike should be just fine as he gets out. Thanos Gibby, though, has the damage, but Flurger with the arcane shift W. Grabs that as top lane. CC chain hits onto Mundo, but will it be enough as the Q misses? Shut down onto Thanos Gibby. Is now Mundo having the ulti. Purus on the wrong side of this fight. Ignites down. Fox again, though, barely able to get out alive as Purus finds the kill with the Ignite. And it's a very close exchange on both sides of the map. It ends up coming up heads for TL on both. And now Pizzad in the bottom lane. Flurger did grab a kill out of that fight. On to, I believe, TIF, but it's a Malphite. He doesn't care at this point if he's behind. He is building for the big tank, and we'll just head back up top side. Probably send Caitlyn here in the middle lane. Never mind. Caitlyn also going top side, so not really sure what this lane assignment is from the side of Team Lethality, but dragging up here in 2 minutes means they don't have too much pressure to get it back on the map in a hurry.
Kindred looking to invade on the top side here. Thanos Gibby looking. TIF, see. Oh, Weaver's Wall.
Yep. Yeah, good hold on the arcane chip, but it's not going to matter because there's the last breath. The Wild Growth doing a bit of work. Exhaust comes down. Flurger manages to plus 4 for now, but extra radio is already gone. Flurger going to be soon to follow. Double kill over to Riggy. Well executed with the Yasuo bringing in for engage as Thanos Gibby might be trying to respawn on top side as he's on those Krugs. Fox again also roaming up, but has to be careful because Echo can get there just as quickly. And it will just be the bot side advantage here for Team Lethality. Brings the gold lead back down to around 1,000. Definitely not something insurmountable for either of these teams as Talia spotting himself a very big lead. TIF finds Thanos Gibby on the buff, but I'm not sure this is a fight you want to take even as the Malphite. No item completion. That is a Kraken Slayer Kindred. Buff goes down to TIF with the unstoppable force and no lands despite available Thanos Gibby. Just going for the lead. Spell immunity onto Shock. Does have to try to pop the ulti to get away here. Riggy looking for the damage. TIF finds the slow, but Mundo very quick. Either way, TIF gonna grab another kill, and somehow the 48 CS Tabby's Malphite wins the 2v2 top lane against 2 completed mythic items. Oh, jeez.
A sloppy play from Thanos Gibby there, going for that, looking for that red buff here. Maybe a little bit, you know, doing a little bit of trolling, as one might say.
Had smite available as well if he just wanted to smite the buff.
Yeah.
Yeah, Malphite has a shutdown, really, Papega.
It's because red team is ahead in gold. Well, 500 gold ahead here, so that's when shutdowns come in. He has 2 kills.
Too quick. He just got 2 kills, so he gets a shutdown even though he has 59 CS at 14 minutes in the game. Good move though. Looks like it's gonna be Dragonflight. Knock up hits on Flurger. We're gonna have the teleport in from TIF. No one's up before this, but a great hook. Thanos giving me T is dead immediately. TIF joins the fight, looking onto Luniverse here. But again, no fight. Can't do damage. Luniverse back in, finds the shutdown onto Riggy, flashes over the wall immediately. Now the teleport in from Tuchok, and the team is very disadvantaged. That's a lot of gold out of the fight for the side of Team Lethality, and they must kite away now as Tuchok in the fray. Steps on track and take a little bit more damage from this Caitlyn, who's still strong, but Luniverse still in the fight. Doesn't have the ulti necessarily available just yet, but still, his Echo still has a ton of burst damage to put to bear. And it's going to be both junglers down for both the sides, but Riggy going to be up second. Thanos Gibby can run back to this fight as soon as he is up. And it's going to be the slow game for the side of TL. Now, Unstoppable Force just about up. Weaver's Wall as well for Riggy just about up, so should be able to get to this one pretty quickly once he's back into the fray. Pizzad has a third Q, looking for the knockup. Can't fight it yet. Is going to burn the wind wall with nothing really incoming. So we're going to wait for another 20 seconds on that cooldown. As Talia making her way back. Thanos Gibby also here. So we're still going to have the Dragon contest. Shock has a priority in the Dragon Pit right now. Mundo going where he pleases, and that where he pleases might just be in the middle of the enemy team as the Ocean Dragon is started up, leashed by blue side, but changing its aggro over to Riggy. The slow is going to do a lot of work as Shock going very low. There comes the ace in the hole. Going to be blocked as the engage comes through, but the Lantern's fight used. No one's going to go down just yet. The heal used by the side of Riggy. Get to stay alive from now. Thanos Gibby going very low. That grabs one kill, looking for 2 on the Shock. Very low, trying to DPS him down as he finds 1Q. Not enough though as Riggy falls. The Triumph healing, saving it for next to radios. The Malphite Q will follow. The shield will save. And Luniverse now looking on the backside, but that is a full health lethality. Caitlyn and User do not have the ultimate. Riggy gonna grab 2 Shock on the backside. There's the blast, gonna try to cut Luniverse off. Has the shield. No, not gonna take it from the parallel convergence. Purist looks for the death sentence over the wall, not gonna find it. And Pizzad, meanwhile, just gonna take this mid lane turret. The Dragon should be going down over to the side of TL. Instead, the chase still on to Luniverse. Finds the back
again.
Q, has the ultimate, goes back in, but Riggy dodges out of it for now. There's the Lantern. Doesn't even need to take it. Riggy grabs the shutdown. 6 and 1 on the Talia jungle. 10 stacks on that Darksteel. Might be looking to pick up a scrapbook. Save the memory for next game, as that is another Dragon over TL. 2 Dragons already. That's going to be a 26-minute soul for the side of TL if they can keep this up, as they have bounties on every single member. It's a red side kind of series I'm feeling, Devin.
Yeah. Red side doing quite well with his gold lead here. Has shutdowns on everyone. Thresh performing phenomenally this game, despite that Mikhail's early on. Kind of questionable, I'd say.
Trying to save
Not
the
really
phase.
sure. Not really sure what's it. I mean, you can remove polymorph, but I feel like if you just buy locket, it's
Polymorph
better.
slows, parallel convergence.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily the greatest first item, but it is. It was at least impactful last game. Ooh, that was very close on the death sentence.
Yeah. But Talia doing quite well this game, compared to the last game at least. Got the Karthus. And Malphite just, I mean, not ahead, but doing his job.
Yep, it looks like Malphite actually going to finish Thornmail before going for Mythic. It's definitely an odd build path from behind, as Riggy sees Thanos Gibby in the bush here. They're just going to continue doing the Herald, though. They know Echo is bot side. Luniverse has TP if he wants to use it, so Purist just going to face check this book. He's into 2 members. He is going to be dead immediately. That is definitely a miscommunication from the side of TL, as now Shock looking for the engage on a Riggy. They have the teleport coming in here, possibly from Echo. Yep, Tanner is behind, so Luniverse gonna have to play. Riggy has to burn the flash early. Shock going wherever he darn well wants.
Luniverse,
there's the parallel convergence coming in from the backside. Double stun, double kill, baby. The shutdown on a 2, and that's a Herald to boot. Big flank from the man in blue, as Luniverse finds 2 with his. And that's going to be easily the mid lane tier 1, and a massive swing in the gold back in the favor of Bang. Still around 100 gold down. And I don't like the Herald you just said. I think they can keep the mid turret without it, but they're going to pop it regardless. Flurger and company pushing forward down the mid lane.
ADC players and how he's very He's sad. He's not worth the buff. Not worth the Lantern, but no big deal.
Yep. Yeah, I think big misstep from Purist. They had information on who was in that bush. They knew Thanos Gibby and 2 Shock were in there, spotted out on Riggy's own Oracle lens. So very surprising to see him just face check the bush, knowing that he was for certain dead upon contact. Now we're going to have to see what exactly Bang is going to do with this advantage. Luniverse is going to continue on the split push. No one really going to contest him, as he is quite strong now. 3 and 1, does have the 3-stack Darksteel. Has the Proto Belt completed. Pizzad waiting on that second item, looking for the Infinity Edge as well. Luniverse, parallel convergence out of the bush. Zad doesn't get hit by it, but Thanos Skippy's here as well. Needs to use the wind ball possibly to immune some of this damage. Gets the lifesteal, gets the ulti. Thanos Skippy though has to pop the Lambert Spite when Zad gets a little bit more time to work with. Execute being stacked. Jitter waiting for the third, finds the shutdown. Beautifully done. But the trade is still there by Pizzad as he is able to find the kill to finish.
Yeah, I'd say the Thorma is definitely a bit questionable. Could have just sat on the Brambles, but let's see if Furious lands his hook here. Well, he's not. He did not. His camera panned away.
Yeah, the directed camera says, we do not care.
We do not care.
We do not care. And that is going to be a 1-for-1 bot side, which, to be fair, favoring on the side of Team Lethality. The Yasuo already winning that 1v1 before Infinity Edge is completed is a pretty big deal. And now that with the Infinity Edge completion, going to be doing massive amounts of damage with that 100% crit. As, oh, the pick on a Purist. Misplay though by Riggy. He doesn't find the knock, but next to Radio gets out with the flash. Now Leaver's Wall coming out, looking for next to Radio. Finds 1Q, finds 2, but the shield is just enough to get him away with the Shurelias. Oh, the burn though is able to finish him off in the end. Unfortunate for the Lulu. So the pick is punished despite the mechanical misplay. Pizzad though, looking on a 2-shock here who has the invulnerability, so I'm not sure if Pizzad really wants to fight. His window is quite strong at the moment.
Yeah, also has the Brambles vest now.
Possible on the wrong side. TIF has the unstoppable force.
Doesn't have the Nam's Spite at this point.
Yeah,
so it might be a good fight.
Still looking top side. Pizzad looking on a 2-shock. 2-shock going very low. Has to pop the ultimate. Pizzad, no anti-healing of his own, so Mundo definitely going to be winning out on this one if the fight is continued. And instead, Pizzad smartly backing away, just going to let 2-shock heal up. Wait till that ult expires, and then continue to trade onward. Meanwhile, Dragon's coming up, and Pizzad, no TP. 2-shock does have the TP, and Pizzad, being one of the stronger members, definitely going to have an impact here as the Dragon spawns on the map. But Purist looking for Flurger mid lane. Flurger going to grab the WQ. Fox again and has the lantern. He wants to take it. Instead, going to be taken by Riggy. And the Death Sense connects. You can't buffer that, my friend, but he can walk away with a heal. Ace in the hole, though, popped out. Ignite comes down. Flurger going very low. The play back, the final auto attack to kill, and it's a pick instead. But that does yield the Dragon over to the side of Bang. Took a little bit too long for them, as well as a top lane tier 2, as Pizzad came down to mid lane to try to contest that Drake. So a little bit of miscoordination there from the side of TL. Ends up giving both objectives or just a pick onto the Ezreal.
Yep, got Drake in quite a while, honestly. I think it was just taken pretty recently. Looking at this game, Mindo rushing the Warmog after Mythic seems a bit questionable for me, I think. Not really sure why that is done. Probably just could have gone the Thorma or gone the Spirit Visage for the extra healing. Warmog's kind of useless, I think, this early into the game. Does get a lot of healing innately already, so not really sure if he needs it. Kindred has a PB in the Kraken, still waiting on the IE here, sitting on the stopwatch right now for the next fight. Overall, probably just be playing for that next Drake here. Neither side can really take Baron. Super quickly without a one-team fight, at the very least.
Absolutely, in this QB. Ooh, again, Purist keeping these death sentences very, very close, as is the gold, as we're only seeing about 100 gold lead here for the side of Bang. Basically nothing at this point in the game. And it's just going to be this 3-stack here of Purist, Pizzad, Riggy, pushing into the jungle, establishing vision, trying to find a pick onto anyone they can. And just a bunch of waves bouncing off each other. Someone's going to have to eventually go and respond to 2-shock here in the top lane, as Malphite not winning these 1v1s versus Mundo is 2 levels down, as well as a full item in the hole. So, not something that Malphite can necessarily contest, but instead it's actually going to TP burn by 2-shock to get out of this one. Very interesting. I know he's slowed up, but not a bad idea. But it is going to be down for quite a while. Luniverse Pizzad having a little scuffle bot side. Pizzad has some healing, but Thanos Gibby is going to come make it a 2v2. The teleport kill from Malphite. There's the last breath. Thanos Gibby trying to get away. Lands the fight immediately down. Pizzad's going to live plenty long enough for TIF to get into the fight, but doesn't know ulti now to execute over the wall from Thanos Gibby to the flash follow of Malphite. 2 quick kills for TIF. And that's going to be a huge set of picks. Yeah, Pigs on to Baron. Malphite, though, no TP, so it will be the 3v3 if Mundo, Flurger, and next to Radio want to make this one take a while. TIF is slowly walking up, but this Mundo is still very, very scary without the Yasuo to burn him down. Trillius
Lulu's
pop,
being caught out
Lulu
here.
picked next to Radio. Does have the shield for now, but Fox getting in
Shock.
trouble. The Mundo trying to find his way on the back line. Purist in as well, but Riggy already finds next to Radio. Flash forward from 2 Shock. The flash back, 2 Shock getting burned down. The Ezreal ulti though finds 2. The damage is there, but can they actually finish off 2 Shock now?
Healing is
Purist going
crazy,
very
by
low.
the way.
2 Shock cannot die. This man is invincible. The ace in the hole finally comes out, but it's not up as Flurger picks up everybody. Triple kill for the Ezreals. He's looking for 4. Fox again, though, over the wall, far enough with the arcane chip isn't going to matter just yet. Still hunting, though. He's coming around. The half-health Caitlyn, and Fox again is hungry. The Ezreal walked up, no W found. Caitlyn finds the E, but the 50 caliber net is not near enough, and it's an unofficial quadra for Flurger.
Yeah, Flurger playing that fight pretty well. Untouched the whole entire fight. Mundo was able to just soak everyone and didn't die for forever, honestly. So, very, very good fight. Won off the back of Flurger's play on Ezreal. Was able to do all this damage. PZad, out here.
Ooh, Ludiverse. It's a lot of damage down on Pizzad. Doesn't get the wind wall up in time as Ludiverse now has to be careful. Interesting interaction with the wind wall.
I'll just pro boat.
Okay.
Got a Skibby.
Possibly in trouble here.
For
Skibby is
here.
around. Pops it on the Riggy. Has the mark. Jake does get knocked back here by the
Oh, the
Dark
healing from the
Eruption,
Gromp,
has
though.
The healing. Gonna be doing a lot. Skibby looking for the execute, but
Oh.
Riggy has the damage.
Unraveled Earth just killed him.
Yep. That's gonna be a pick
I'm-
in return.
Oh, okay. Dying right before Drake
Yeah,
spawn is
Drake's
not ideal.
We'll be back on the map when Drake spawns, so if Blue can kind of fight slow and hold out, as topside there might be another pick here close on the Fox and get it. I don't think he's aware where the Luniverse is. Parallel Convert is going to cut off the escape, and there is no way out of this one for the Caitlyn. Luniverse finds a solo kill, and that is a big pick to counteract the Kindred. Dragon
Great
now,
pick.
not necessarily as simple as it seems.
Yeah. Lunar still has a TP. Kindred back on the map right now, coming to the Drake. Pixel Brush is
TIF
swept
also
out.
respawn topside with no TP. This is
Yep.
mid. Yeah, this is a really bad position to be in for TL. They're gonna have to try to rush down the Drake in exchange for turrets, and they will do just that. The Drake is secured, nice and easy, but now they have to get heck out of dodge before they get collapsed by this mid lane push. The tier 2 certainly under threat. Instead,
Yep.
disengage.
Looking here
Teleport from
has
Universe.
Weaver's walls
Weaver's
cutting
wall
off.
comes out next to Radio, caught out as well as Flurger, but
Universe.
Echo doesn't care about your
Universe.
walls, baby. There's the shutdown from Universe.
Flurger's still alive.
Spike time, exhaust down
So
as well.
healing.
TIF has nowhere to go. The QSS way too late to matter. So that executed by Thanos Gibby. Ace in the hole finally popped by the Caitlyn. Cedar Spawn's gonna grab the kill on Lulu, but Flurger not long for this world at all. He's back in the fountain. Double kill for Thanos Gibby. And it is 1-4-4 in favor of Bang.
Great fight coming out from the side of Banger's team. Kind of counteracting that little pick they were trying to attempt with the Weaver's wall into the Malphite. Malphite really only able to wall one person, but just by himself he just did no damage. Ezra was able to just live from that without any issues.
Yeah, you got Lulu ulti, you got an exhaust, you're a Malphite, you don't really do that much damage. You just finished your Mythic. It's a pretty long road to take, and now it's going to be Bang looking for the Baron.
They have the damage.
They have plenty of damage to do this one. So
Ezra and Kindred is more enough damage.
Ezreal's not,
If Ezra likes to join the fight.
yeah, I'd say this is, even with Echo Kindred, it's plenty enough.
Yeah.
So it will be the free Baron.
For Baron, gold lead solidly in the side of Banger's team. 4K gold lead. Banger's team on the driver's seat in this game at this point. Doing quite well.
Yeah.
Next, probably looking for the try to play with the Echo on the side lanes, but Echo Mundo 1-3-1 in this game. Be very, very hard to respond.
Extremely hard to respond, and we're seeing that as Fox again has not been involved in any fights for the last several minutes. It has been just getting picked to the side lane. That's a lot of TL's team fight damage going down. Between him, Riggy, and Pizzad are the three you're looking at. Pizzad having a tougher and tougher time finding anything in these fights with Lulu, and Echo just pretty much able to ward off anything he can do. Thanos Gibby as well with the execute damage off PTA, and the E combo certainly making his life ever more difficult.
Yeah. The Nash's Tooth is completed by the Luniverse. Very interesting build path. I actually quite like it. It's I think one of the techs that he likes to do. Allows for insane side lane pressure because of just how much damage you're going to do to the towers because of their attack speed. Has a 3-item on the Echo with the Decap Nashers and the Proto Bell, as well as the Dark Seal, so doing quite a bit of damage here. Pressuring that bot lane right now. Two shock, 6-fighting Colin here, but he is quite tanky.
Yeah, that's a 4-item completed Mundo. He is. I don't think he needs teleport.
He didn't do that. They're already recalling. He didn't do that. He should actually pressure more there.
That is way too much respect when you are this far ahead. Is Riggy in trouble? Thanos Gibby has the GA, so is perfectly confident to take this fight, as well as having his whole team in tow with the Baron here on this tier 2 bot side turret. And should just be the siege coming out of here. Purist looking forward, but not sure if he can find anything just yet. Thanos Gibby slow down my mouth fight, but should be
pressure mid.
Yeah,
looking pressure mid here. Yep, and then they can just play off the 2 lanes, sync the waves up, and then be really difficult to play the game.
Dad. Has to be careful there. That engage is very deadly from this Echo with the death cap completion.
During like the lane assignments, really think Universe should be by himself here and then have the rest of the team mid lane and in the top. 1-3-1 is this is a perfect comp for 1-3-1 since no one can really match the side laners by themselves.
Yep, TIF. Possibility for the engage, walking up on the Malphite.
Oh, good.
Finds the flash on a 3, but will matter. Universe going through. Lantern Spike can deal a lot of reduced damage. The knockup are there. Mazad still in the ulti. Finds the kill on it next to Radio. Thanos Gibby. Sonya's in the Hourglass. Will get out. Has the GA to proc, but that is 2 quick picks. Luniverse still alive, was not able to find Fox again on the backside, who had to burn the heal to get away, and that's a shutdown onto Kindred. Mundo, though, still topside, is going to get probably the inhibitor off of this play, all things said and done. The great engage
Luniverse.
TIF, so again, Luniverse should be able to get away just fine, as now they have to deal with 2 Shock 6, the unkillable raid boss in topside. Purist? Oh. Not going to be able to find the shockwave there. Or not shockwave, Death Sentence. Wrong champion.
Yeah, good engage coming out from the side of.
Ooh, is that?
He's not get baited. Yeah, green engage. Dragon coming up in 10 seconds. I don't think they can actually contest it. The energy team, so it might have to give up the soul for this game.
Go for top lane on Luniverse.
So
try to get this inhibitor potentially. Next Radio is still checking into it. Luniverse does have the TP if they really want to over-contest this. Caitlyn not yet in the fight. Malphite
gonna get the soul.
Yeah. Mountain Soul to Team of Valley. Massive buff for them.
Oh, next to Radio.
Next to Radio. Burning. Yeah, but he's going to be traded back for an inhibitor. Possibly TIF as well. Who is
damage.
Going to go for the fight. They don't have that much damage on him just yet. Malphite very tanky now at 3 items.
And the Mountain Soul, honestly.
Yeah, and Mountain Soul Malphite is just
disgusting.
Insane.
Yeah.
So
at this point, definitely the Void Staff on the APCs, and then Kindred, Ezreal. Well, Ezreal needs to finish that. Sirodra's ASAP. Kindred finishing the.
Oh yeah, I just looked at Ezreal's inventory. I'm not sure what. The Frozen Heart.
Trying to go Frozen Heart.
Frozen Heart.
That build got nerfed. Really should just go to Sirodra.
That build is really bad. You just don't do damage.
Yeah, I really need to go Sirodra's this game instead of trying to go for the Frozen Heart. We'll be going for the Sirodra next.
I mean, yes, it helps a lot with Caitlyn and Yasuo, but Talia's still gonna one-shot you regardless. Even with it on there, yeah, it kind of synergizes with Manamune, but it's not even that good anymore. Would have rather just seen him go full damage and just go for broke. Go for
Sirodra's GA,
go
something
for the yeah, GA. If you want to go really aggressive, you can go for the Ravenous Hider is another item you can throw on there. For extra healing and damage, because it procs off Q now.
Yeah, it will be very, very difficult at this point for the side of Vantage team to win a fight with this Mountain Soul, which is so much
healing. Without Mundo. Mundo was not involved in the last fight, so that does.
Yeah, it is still difficult though. Yeah. So
it is still gonna be this is gonna be a much more difficult fight now that everyone has a shield, has a lot of extra resistances stacked up. 2 shot though, just so darn strong. He's almost a full 5-item Mundo. That is a big boy to deal with.
The only one that actually does somewhat damage is Talia because he has literally no MR.
And Leandri's Torment as well, extremely potent against these super tanks.
But even then, it's not that much damage. Oh, next Radio's probably dead here.
Shut up. Yeah, just 1 shot. Gone as well. The flash forward. Ooh, not gonna find the death sentence. As
weird
still
positioning.
Poking out, then it's gonna be take 2 stones.
Can't be doing that on an enchanter.
No.
Can't even be doing that on any tank at this point in the game.
I think even Leona gets 1 shot in that realm as well. As for that, walking up. There's got the stealth move, but Two Shot can get that one just back okay because passive has no cooldown when you get that this late in the game. Is level 18. And gonna be a bit of a lull state here for a while. The Baron Dance kind of on hold as we're sending Luniverse into the bot lane to continue this split push pressure. As rightfully so. No one really can contest the Echo outside of Malphite. And everyone else gets one shot.
Don't think he can 1v1. I don't think he's strong enough. I think he's too weak at this point. I think Thanos gave it that with that 1v1 at this point. Considering that there's an on-soul, he has no pen.
No pen, and it's a 4-item Talia. It's a lot of damage on one champion. Thanos Gibby just not up to snuff just yet, as we are just getting this Baron Dance going around. Bang is going to keep it up until this Elder Dragon's up in 245 probably, and then force the test on the Elder.
Echo will be continuing to pressure bot side here. No one still can really contest him that well. At least kill him straight up, because he in terms of 1v1, because he still has his ult to be able to get out of any sticky situations if necessary.
Yep. Malphite as well, itemizing magic resist.
He's got the Spectre's Cowl. Not really the best idea here, I think. He doesn't really heal that much, but still.
Nope, would have probably liked to see an Abyssal Mask.
Yeah, Abyssal Mask is great in this situation.
Really combos well off your ultimate. Oh yeah, Ezreal doesn't have boots. Thank you, Dawn, for noticing that one. Yeah, no Lucidity boots on Ezreal this late in the game is pretty troll. Not even tier 1.
No boots. Did he sell it, or?
I don't know. I could have sworn he had
Did he
boots
ever have
earlier,
it?
but I don't know.
You wanna check the VODs?
Not right now.
Someone else check the VODs. One of the viewers.
Well, that's all I can go back. That's yeah, that's kind of super grief if he doesn't have boots this late. That's how he's getting picked off probably a lot of these times. As Luniverse still exerting ultimate pressure here in this bottom lane on the split push.
Universe on the tower.
Rig.
Is this a repeat of the last game,
much
potentially?
damage. Yeah, but Malphite is here, as is Caitlyn. So they do get the inhibitor turret. Gonna look
Actually, there's quite a
for the
advantage
fight.
to them now.
Yeah, I don't think you can get the inhib off this. Not with Caitlyn in
Good
phase.
stop.
Slugger just poking out for what he can. Shot
Slugger is
find anything.
dying.
Yeah, Riggy does so much damage if you let him hit these Qs. Just have to be careful. Riggy using up a lot of his ground here for the Q damage.
Yeah, but it's fine. Drake coming up in 1 minute now. Needs to reset to set that shit up. That stuff up. Universe. I think it's 1v1 versus Malphite. Oh, that's
Definitely
damage.
get a lot of damage down. I'd say Malphite not much. Ooh,
Oh,
good.
and start for the
Way,
Baron
but-
here.
Yeah, Baron is
Reaction.
Leah's in bot side. Oh, no.
Great reaction for the Baron call here.
Oh.
Who's
jeez.
Michael for Naxia? Who's Michael?
Yeah, this is free Baron for Bang for literally nothing. This is another.
Great
This
Baron
is a disastrous
play.
factor play we saw from TL. They make one mistake and it's the capitalization by Bang.
Yeah, and they can get back on the map fast enough because of the Baron recalls.
Yep, it
And
is
then-
22 seconds to the Elder, so we do get at least initial setup for TL, but they have to win this Elder fight now because they have
Luniverse
3
also has a
open
TP.
inhibitors.
Yeah,
This is
Luna has a
3
TP
open
here.
inhibitors.
Yep. They're looking for a pick here, but there is a Scry plant. There's no way they can get caught out like this.
Yep.
Next to radio, but not.
looking.
Oh my god.
Dead sentence hooks and Lulu dead again before the fight can even kick off. And the Elder immediately started up here by the side of TL, and they do this extremely
And-
quickly. If they get the Elder, the fight might go their way.
Thanos Gibby!
Good flash by Thanos Gibby,
Oh,
and it's stolen away by
Thanos
Ezreal.
Gibby!
The Are you kidding me? The Lambs are fight doing so much work, but it's going to
Echo, look
stall
at
for
Echo.
time. Echo ending the game with Baron yet again. The Luniverse will not stop. Mundo gets executed finally. Thanos Gibby going to go down. Flurger possibly next on the menu. The Elder Dragon not going to do
Luniverse!
enough.
He's
The Luniverse taking tower goes down, and it's not going to be enough. Are you kidding me? They steal the Elder, but they don't get the fight. The base is saved. The Luniverse takes too much turn aggro, and somehow this game is not over after that flip. Are you kidding me?
That is Kappa 123. I'm not really sure what happened there. Damn. I thought the game was over there, but apparently not. They just take
Apparently
that inner tower.
They steal the objective
You
again.
just
They
gave
have
interesting.
Luniverse in the base, but it's not enough to end. I'm not sure how Luniverse died. He had Baron minions still.
He was taking a tower for some reason.
I'm not sure what.
Entirely
the heck
sure
happened.
why. Not
Oh,
sure what
yeah,
exactly occurred. He was taking a tower.
It's just a throw from Luniverse, I think, trying to save minions. Oh my.
Not sure if he had
goodness.
aura there even, because he could have reset the tower with the aura, but I'm not sure.
Not sure if he was just like got caught watching the bot or the Elder fight and just didn't realize he was tanking aggro for some reason, but that is absolutely insane. And the Mountain Soul coming up huge as well, even with the Elder. Bang still hard lost the 4v4 or the 5v4. Past the Elder Steal by Ezreal. Thanos giving bot about as much time as he could with the Lantern fight as well. And now pretty much all the buffs are nullified. It was the full wipe.
Oh,
Is Thanos getting caught out again? Does have GA, has the Lantern fight. Gonna burn Ace in the hole as well, but he is just so absolutely dead. Fox getting grabs that kill. So great pick here by Pizzad. Now they're gonna have mid prio. No Barons left on Bang. No Elders left either, so it's a neutral state of affairs, and currently it's the side of TL who's confident enough to take these fights. They're gonna push under this tier 3 turret. Shock stepping up. He's very tanky, but I don't think he's taking anything. Has gargoyles. Still a lot of damage going down. Also has to burn the ultimate as
crazy Kiana healing too. Universe.
Fight off to the side is very large. Could look for the ulti over the wall here, but still waiting on it for the exact moment.
Flurger finally got boots.
Yeah, Flurger's got boots now. He's got tabbies as well, which I think is super troll.
You don't need it. You already have switch. Whatever.
Yeah, you already got Frozen Heart, but sure, man, whatever. It's going to be the mid lane inhibitor here. No waves really set up. They're just going to look for the end, I think. They're going to try to force it before they end up getting down. They need to back
I think they're going for bot lane here.
Yeah, bot lane tier 2. Bot lane tier 2. Needs to be the play. TIF taking a very greedy path here. Just through the
That doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
It's not even going to break his mountain shield. They are going to get bot lane tier 2, but it's going to be the 5v5 setup here as we still have over 2 minutes till any next objective. And now it is just kind of going to be another awkward waiting game. TL surviving with no inhibitor turrets, an inhibitor down. They lose the Elder fight and somehow don't lose the game. And now gold lead pretty much entirely nullified as it's back to a 500 gold difference. At 41
really
minutes.
Needs that. Oh, a little bit of a...
Ooh, the reverse looking on the Pizzad. Doesn't
Oh
immune
my
the Q.
God.
That's a lot of damage. It's Pizzad moving forward.
Zhonya's.
Ooh,
Great Zhonya's.
Zhonya's to immune more
Carol.
damage. But look, that's sense. Next, don't want to take that one. Burns the wild growth anyway.
Yeah, it's such a low cooldown at this point.
It is tense.
Wild growth only on a 60-second cooldown at this point in the game.
Yep.
So we'll be up for anything that happens in the next, unless there's some random fight that happens, I guess.
Absolutely. Pizzad just going to keep dashing around here. Is full build now with the GA completed, level 18, Wit's End as well in inventory, so he's just extremely strong on the Yasuo. Talia still also extremely strong, full build. We're seeing pretty much full build on every item, still waiting on Buck to get it. He's good. He's got the win wall at this point is ginormous.
Really need to see Kindred itemized towards that more downs, I think, this game.
Yeah.
Either that or
Needs
Serpent's
the Lord
Fang is
Dom.
not even back here if you want to take that.
Needs the Lord Dom. For
If you want to just play for shield breaking, Serpent's Fang is actually quite valuable.
Stepping up.
Insane value here.
Yep. Caitlyn, maybe. Oh, goodness gracious, those cleavers hurt.
They
Riggy
do.
taking quite
I
a
think
bit.
it's percent max damage if I recall.
Yep, 40 seconds to Baron. 123 till second Elder. We have a lot of time left, and it's currently inhibitors down in both mid lanes. Dad looking to poke here on the 2 shock, but that's not really the member you're looking to get poke on to. And this is an incredibly tense game at 43 minutes for what we've seen so far. We go from last night being 2 blowout games to
In the
just
window, just walking through traps.
Champ is so stupid. It is pings on the Baron from Bang, possibly looking to rush it down, knowing Red's on a reset and seeing Malphite in his
Burst on
bottom
the
lane.
flank.
Yeah, yeah. Does have teleport as well. And
Riggy.
there is a great flank where Riggy, Johnny's Hourglass to name Ludiverse for now, but will
Or
be
Splash.
enough. Teleport on the flank from Malphite. Purist is here, a massive knockup, but no last breath to follow up. So the damage just isn't there just yet. Landed fight uses Purist goes very, very low.
Oh.
Threshold there, but
over.
Ludiverse is down. Pizzad is gone. The game just might end here as Pizzad doing as much as he can to 2-shock Fox again, dribbling away the Mundo all on him. One more hourglass to burn through, and it's just gonna barely be enough for the Mundo to go, but Pizzad's still alive, still has the GA to boot. Thanos Kimmy gets smited out of his. And Riggy sets up the CC chain, sets up the kill, sets up the Baron. And it might just be, it's probably just gonna be the end mid lane here. Is Ezreal actually going for the back door? There's no inhibitor turret on him, but he doesn't have minion wave, so I
There's no
don't know if
hope.
he can actually... Yeah, there's no hope. Flurker, you have no HP bar, buddy. You can't even take the minion wave that long. You'll get the inhibitor, but that's about it. You got supers in the base.
Going the
Oh,
wrong
Malphite's coming in. There's the ulti. There's the Q. The arcade shifts to buy some space, but will it be enough? Oh, maybe it will with the flash flicker on his last legs. Finds the kill, but Pizzad just going to end this one for the
GG.
1-1. This time, it's TL who comes out on top in a banger of a 45-minute game. 36 to 24. GG
Banger.
over to Team Lethality.
Banger game. Oof. Wow. What happened?
A lot of things happened. Quite a few things happened.
A bit of trolling occurred, I believe.
Absolutely.
We do a little trolling.
We do a little trolling.
Yeah, it was
So you
a
would say.
crazy game coming from side of both teams, honestly, for both games. Just being interesting, really showing that their mid-late game macro calls are lacking, I'd say, for the most part, unless they can find some miracles through one of their carries. Overall, still pretty well played from Team Lethality. Banger's team has a lot of things to work on, obviously, and well, excited to see the rest of the season.
Oh yeah, that was probably one of the best series we've had so far in terms of competitiveness on both sides.
Indubitably.
Two pretty incredibly close games all said and done. Even if Bang, the first game, had the gold lead pretty much the entire time, Lethality definitely not going down without a fight. One macro decision loses game one with Luniverse in the base, and then game two, that late game was an absolute banger of team fights being just on a wire's edge up until that bear in the flank by your boy in the top lane. Just too clean. TIF, he didn't win any single lane in either matchup, but oh my goodness, this man have an absolutely god tier impact in team fights. It was insane what he could do on this Malphite from behind. 3-man flash, ultis every single part of the day, sets up for his buddy Pizzad in mid lane. Basically wins them the Baron fight by taking out 3 members of the team right off the get-go. Echo dies in the backline before he can get to the Rams of Spite, and the game just ends. So, props to Team Lethality on game 2. Extremely well played in the comeback.
Yes. Still very exciting to see. Obviously, both teams showing a lot of potential and a lot of room for improvement, really. And I'm quite excited to see if there's anything else to be hold. So, do we have anything else apart from that?
I don't think we're going to do interviews today because everyone, I think, wants to get over to the football game. Beat Auburn.
Indeed.
I'll be heading over myself to the whiteout. So everyone tune in that.
Indeed.
Root on the boys in blue.
Yes. Stay safe if you are going to the football game tonight.
Yep. Make good decisions. All that good
don't
stuff.
die.
Yeah, don't die.
Yeah, don't
Preferably,
die.
we
Don't-
like you here.
And we will
Yeah,
catch you all later.
Yeah, let's see actually before we go here, just what's on the drive real quick. Pop up the caster schedule. We're probably done with casting for today's games. We got the whiteout game that's gonna take over pretty much all of the airtime, even on our channel. Pretty much everyone's either going or watching that banger of a game, hopefully. But for tomorrow, we got a 5 p.m. game of Running It Down versus Elo Lemmings. Team Lethality versus you gotta pronounce that name, buddy. That's your stand.
Where's this? Suisse Enthusiasts.
Thank you, Suisse Enthusiasts.
Yeah, Suisse
at
Enthusiasts.
6:30.
Goat.
And then 9 p.m. PSU Wash versus Krog. And then at 10 p.m. Deathcap for Cutie. Let's go. Versus Doom. So we'll see what games they'll get cast. 9 o'clock and 10 o'clock games I will at least not be on because I'm playing in the 10 p.m. But we'll see about some of those earlier games tomorrow. If they get casted, if they don't get casted. If you can host games, even if it's not on the main channel, or if you don't want to host on the main channel, you just want to stream, you don't even have to really cast it, just have it up. Message me about it. Yeah, just talk over the game, have a nice time. We've had some pretty good meme casts in the past with just like 8 guys sitting in a living room talking trash on people for 2 hours. So we want to try to get as many games streamed in some capacity as possible. So please, if you can stream games, get in touch with me. It doesn't have to be an official stream. It doesn't have to be I call it professional cast, but this is far. It's about as far from professional as you can get. In any event, hopefully see you guys a bunch tomorrow, but that is all we have for you today, and we will catch you guys next time back on the Rift.
Bye-bye. Later.